All right, here we are, episode 75 of the Basement Tapes. We're going to talk baseball cards with you people because you love your baseball cards and only your baseball cards sometimes. You don't get freaky like me and look at the other stuff. But anyway, let's look at 1958 tops. I have 493 different 1958 tops cards, and we'll find out why I do here from Beckett OPG. So as we heard, it says I have 493. And there's 494 standard cards in this set. So I'm either missing a card or I done forgot to log it in. But I do believe I have this complete set, and I've had this complete set for quite a little while now, which means over a year in the modern hobby, because if you're in the hobby for a year, you're a veteran. This is a 494 card standard size set, card number 145, which was supposedly to be Ed Bushi, was not issued. So maybe that's my problem there. The 1958 Topps set contains the first Sport Magazine All-Star Selection Series 475 through 495, and expanded use of a combination cards. So let's pause there, put a thumbtack in that, bookmark this for a second. Actually, we don't have to because we're staying here. The first All-Star cards, we're changing here. Things are changing in the hobby. Of course, 57 Topps Baseball, we have a hint, a whisper of multiplayer cards. We've already introduced team cards in 56. Now, 58, we're talking all-star cards. And there's some legendary ones in here that we will discuss as we go through this. For the first time, team cards carried series checklists on the back. Milwaukee, Detroit, Baltimore, and Cincinnati are also found with players listed alphabetically. In the first series, some cards were issued with yellow name YN or team YT lettering as opposed to the common white lettering. They are explicitly noted below. Cards were issued in 1 card penny packs or 6 cards nickel packs. In the last series, All-Star cards of Stan Musial and Mickey Mantle were triple printed. The cards they replaced, 443, 446, 450, and 462, on the printing sheet were hence printed in shorter supply than other cards in the last series and are marked with an SP in the list below. The All-Star card of Musial marked his first appearance on a Topps card. Technically, the New York Giants team card is an error, as the Giants had already moved to San Francisco. The key rookie cards in this set are Orlando Cepeda, Curt Flood, Roger Maris, and Vada Pinson. These cards were issued in varying formats, including 1-cent packs, which were issued 120 to a box. So all in variations, we're talking 536 cards total. Average value $48.43, and a total value of $25,959. This set also has one of the most famous printing error cards in the history of baseball cards. So we'll look at that maybe later, or I'll bring it up myself. A complete master set will be $6,000 to $15,000. A complete set of 494 cards is $4,000 to $10,000. So when we hit stop here, I will go back to my binder and see if I am missing a card, and we'll have to get to the bottom of that. Rookie cards are 103, and of course that includes variations there. So we'll get into that in a minute. Mickey Mantle, I'm sure, is your big boy here. Perhaps it's Teddy Ballgame after that, and maybe Clemente. Clemente was one of the last cards I got in this set. So let's see who our top 3 are here. There's Clemente, there's Mays, there's Aaron. There's all sorts of fun cards in this set. Again, the 50s and 60s were loaded with straight-up killers on the baseball diamond. Let's see here. Mickey Mantle, where are you? Come on, Mickey Mantle. His base card. Man, Beckett OPG is slow. His base card is the normal number 1 card. Willie Mays, number 2. And a great card, World Series batting foes, Mickey Mantle and Hank Aaron, third. Now, listed as the top card was the card I was talking about, the 433B Pancho Herrera. Error. Most or all of the last A is missing from the player's name. So that is one of those first chase cards, error cards that people really, I mean, it's a hobby legend. Gets lost in the shuffle these days, I'm sure, but they're out there. The Pancho Herrera card with the A missing due to a printing flaw. Lots of biggies in here, like I said, Koufax and Clemente and Aaron and Maris and Williams and all that stuff, and then the All-Star cards as well. So let's head over to TCDB, see what they have to say. They call 494 cards out, distributed as a first series 1 through 88, a second series 89 through 176, third series 177 through 264, fourth series 265 through 352, fifth series 355, 440, and sixth series 441 through 495. Card number 145 does not, cannot, will not exist. Let's go down to the teams that are included here: the Baltimore Orioles, Boston Red Sox, Chicago Cubs and White Sox, Cincinnati Redlegs, Cleveland Indians, Detroit Tigers, Kansas City Athletics, your Los Angeles Dodgers, Milwaukee Braves, New York Yankees, Philadelphia Phillies, Pittsburgh Pirates, their San Francisco Giants, St. Louis Cardinals, and Washington Senators. Errors and variations, of course, there are YTs, LTs, BLTs, all sorts of different team name and player variations. There are born on dates that are wrong, and there are some statistical issues, including card number 2, right out of the bat almost. Card number 2 with Bob Lemon getting kind of the shaft there, I guess. Oh, that's an uncorrected error. 120 games in 7 different seasons. Anyway, his variation is the simple white team, or white letters, yellow letters. Pancho Herrera, obviously the big boy, error and variation in this set. So really fun to see that thing out in the wild, because some people will look at that card and say, why is it so expensive? Well, let me tell you, son. Hall of Famers in this set, there are 63 of them, including variations. Just in your first 5 cards, it's Williams, Lemon, and Willie Mays. So lots of great cards in here. Let's see here. Rookie cards, we talked about 106, of course, Roger Maris, the big boy there. And Cepeda, the Hall of Famer, but Maris is a pretty big deal there. Inserts and related sets, 60s will be flush with that kind of stuff, but it says here there's 1958 team emblems that have the words "My favorite team" written around the outer ring. The 1956 emblems do not. So 58 emblems have "My favorite team," 56 do not. So those are Topps felt emblems. Packaging, there is a, boy, that looks a lot like the green on my Jeep. So there's a green and a red, kind of like a Grinch green and red. Baseball 5 cents, baseball 1 cent. The wrappers are pretty hip for back then in the late 50s. Almost looks like he's on a sailboat instead of a baseball diamond, whoever's pitching that ball. And there's a baseball fun pack that is a cello pack. Who knows the provenance of those, but it's suspect at best. But the wrappers are cool, and the cello packs, all that fun stuff. So typical stuff from Topps. Topps had people designing cards and designing boxes back in the day. The sell sheet, oh boy, the sell sheet ought to be fun. Here's the big one: Topps 1958 baseball. All the top major league stars in the biggest, best series ever, and free baseball bazooka offer. Handsome 5-inch felt emblems of every team. Millions of young fans will see this exciting free offer in baseball and bazooka bubblegum, and be sporting their favorite team's emblem on sweaters and jackets. Take advantage of this powerful promotion and pyramid your bubblegum sales by displaying both baseball and bazooka. Twin profit makers from Topps, the world's largest bubblegum manufacturer. Order today, and then on the bottom of that is the Al Kaline back of his card. So there's some trivia in here. Bob Costas carries a laminated number 487 All-Star card of Mickey Mantle in his wallet. 1958 Topps number 145 Ed Bucci card was never issued. Some say for bad issues off the field, his name and card number was deleted from the back of card number 134. It goes 144B Morgan, a blank line space, then 146 D Gray. First Topps sets to feature All-Star and numbered checklist cards. Although only shown as an All-Star, Stan Musial makes his debut for Topps on card number 476. That really is quite an anomaly there, right? They wait all this time to get Musial, and then I imagine it wasn't until the last series that they could shoo him in there. So negotiations went right up to the wire, down the wire, maybe either as well. So, which is a little one of those sports card history little fun facts, right? That most of us know, but it's interesting that just the All-Star card, and maybe the reasoning why it's just the All-Star card. Stan could hold out. He it was almost like he was doing tantric baseball card negotiations with Topps. Also, this is Ted Williams' last go around in his brief Topps 54 through 58 run of cards. He would bow out baseball after 1960, but he would bow out of Topps after 1958. Let's see here. The gallery says this is the cards. Of course, Ted, card number 1, he does not look happy. Bob Lemon doesn't look happy. None of these folks look very happy to be on cards, except for Willie Mays. He's smiling. That might be, folks, card number 5 might be my favorite Willie Mays card. I know he just passed, but Willie has gotten crap from me for not being very photogenic, but I do appreciate that card. Let's look for a player to talk about here, right to their face, but try to find a nice little card. Oh, by the way, I'm looking right now at Darryl Spencer, card number 68, and we will find that San Francisco logo, a very bizarre San Francisco logo painted onto the caps of Giants players. I didn't see that on Willie, but perhaps I wasn't looking at my Willie close enough, because Willie's cap is barely, or at least the logo is barely visible, but there's definitely some shenanigans going on in his upper regions on his cap. So San Francisco, that fine San Francisco logo we would come to love and or hate over the next, including present time, that was not present on those 58 cards. Some airbrushing on Del Ennis, of course. He was only going to St. Louis. So anyway, let's see if we could find somebody to talk about right now. Valmy Thomas. Valmy Thomas, card 86. It says he broke into baseball in 1951 with Saint Jean of the Provincial League and hit 295. For the next 3 years, he was voluntarily retired, but returned in 1955. Hit 286 and was promoted to Minneapolis in 1956. Of course, these are all minor league anecdotes. Valmy's hustle has won him lots of fans. We see Valmy. What is he doing here? He's running into a field, but he's wearing catcher's gear. So he's a catcher, African-American catcher, which I know the Dodgers had some, and I didn't know Valmy. It was kind of a rare feat for an African-American to catch, because we know the biases against African-Americans in baseball. But interesting, Valmy Thomas, the San Francisco Giant here. His 366 mark at Albuquerque won him a major league promotion. Height 5'10.5", weight 175. Bats right, throws right. Home is St. Croix, Virgin Islands. Born October 21st, 1929. So we have his career and his lifetime stats in there. They're still refusing to name the year of the stats, but they're there. Maybe military service might have had something to do with this. I don't know. But Duke Snider's there, Billy Kloss, Robin Roberts. This set is a wash, in my opinion. It's very colorful, but there's also some stuff that doesn't quite work out, like the color contrast versus the crispness and the hardness maybe of the photos that are superimposed. I think maybe they could use the old soften brush on a few of these. It really, some of them like Robin Roberts, looks like he just scares me. But we could soften that up a little. But anyway, we're just talking about ball cards here. Chicago Cubs, Chuck Tanner, card number 91, has that Chicago across the chest and then Cubs across his diaphragm, which is an interesting uniform. I'm sure I've seen it before, but it's really fun to look at. All-Star cards, spawns in there, score, all that stuff. There is a contest entry card that we talked about, 1958 Bazooka Baseball Contest. It's fun. It's easy. Every fan can win. $5 a week from the All-Star game to Christmas to everyone who picks runs, hits, and errors. Big 17-inch portable Emerson TV to everyone who picks hits and home runs. Official 4-blade camp knife. That's one for every finger to everyone who picks just the runs. Thousands of prizes. Enter early. Enter often. Every correct score wins. So how you enter, folks, is you send in the correct score, runs, hits, and errors for the 1958 All-Star game. Use the card. Use this card or your own paper. Include only one Bazooka or Baloney bubblegum wrapper with each entry. Mail entry before June 30th, folks. Bazooka All-Star Contest, Box 30, Brooklyn, 32, New York. Subject to state laws. All-Star game, and it gives you the National League, American League, and runs, hits, and errors you have to name, and you will get $5 a week. $5 a week from the All-Star game to Christmas. That's crazy. Tax-free, most likely. Send only Bazooka or Baloney wrappers or facsimiles. Do not send comics or baseball wrappers, you idiots. And then there's the emblem insert. It says free Major League team emblems. Great on T-shirts, sweaters, and jackets. Big 5-inch felt regulation size. Every Major League team. Now, to get one of these, name the team you want to send one and send one Bazooka or Baloney wrapper, not comics. The Bazooka, Box 55, Brooklyn, 32, New York. Only one emblem per order. You must include an extra stamped envelope with your name and address so we can mail the emblem back to you. Send no money. Important, send only Bazooka or Baloney wrappers. Don't send comics or baseball wrappers. Include stamped self-addressed envelope. Bazooka, Box 55, Brooklyn, New York. Your name, your address inside of that envelope. So, you know, very detailed directions. I'm sure they were completely butchered. But anyway, that is the 1958 Topps baseball set. I am threatening that I'm missing one of them, so I have to go back and look which one I'm missing, but I do have the whole set. I trust me, I just probably have a data entry issue, not a setus completus thing. That's it. That is episode number 75. Boy, I went a long time. I apologize, everybody. Anyway, that's it. 58, and we are moving on. Cheers.